Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad Hughesby, and I'm bringing to you another video here on the channel. Yesterday afternoon, CJ Williams, high four-star wide receiver from Santa Ana, California, Mater Dei High School, committed to the Irish. He is the Irish 21st commit in this 2022 class. He joins the likes of Amorion Walker from Louisiana and Tobias Merriweather from the state of Washington as the wide receiver commitments. Now, the first question I know I'm going to get is, will Notre Dame take a fourth wide receiver? Right now, I'd go with a no. I think Tobias Merriweather and CJ Williams sign with the Irish. Amorion Walker is more 50-50. If Amorion Walker decommits, they will absolutely go after a third wide receiver. Depending on junior film, maybe they touch on Xavion Bradshaw again, Major Everhart from Texas, the newly offered wide receiver. Andre Green, of course, the top 100 wide receiver from the state of Virginia. There are a lot of variables in play. Right now, though, the most reasonable class is probably what it is right now: Walker, Williams, and Merriweather. Could that change? Absolutely. It's recruiting, but right now that's what I'm thinking. Offensively, you have to give a lot of credits to Tommy Rees and Del Alexander for this wide receiver class, and just all around. They got their top guy in Angeli. They got one of, I guess, a top four guy in Jadarian Price here. They missed on Singleton, Sawchuk, and Hayden. Tight end, you got Raridan and Stays. Offensive line, you secured Joey Tenona, Ty Chan, and Ashton Craig. Now, sure, you still have Billy Scrouth and Emil Wagner. If you land those two guys, this is an elite offensive class, and I would be thrilled with Tommy Rees. If he lands Wagner and Scrouth, I'd be thrilled. Now, let's say he lands none of them. I'd be happy about this upcoming class, but I wouldn't be thrilled. And sure, Tommy Rees is still young. He has a little bit of a grace period, but to compete at the level Notre Dame's at, you got to recruit at just that different level. And you really need to land those two guys in the offensive line, in my opinion, even though the offensive line is our strength. That's just my 2 words. Now, let's touch back on CJ Williams. Dude was getting recruited by everyone. He was probably more looking at Bama, Ohio State, Texas, Stanford, USC at the start, and Notre Dame was not really hanging around there. Notre Dame, though, came on as of late, and during the pandemic, when things slowed down, when other people were prioritized, because this overall wide receiver cycle, there are so many talented wide receivers. If you guys remember Caden Saunders, current Penn State wide receiver commit from Ohio, he was not a take for Ohio State. If Ohio State were to have offered Caden Saunders, I think he would be an Ohio State Buckeye right now, but they were too full with Keon Graves, Caleb Burton, Caleb Brown. It's just crazy. So wide receiver recruiting this year is nuts. Notre Dame landed 3 studs. I think all of them are top 150 or 200 players in the country. Just crazy. Just a crazy class. Now, if you land Andre Green, this might be one of the best wide receiver classes in the country, if not the best. It's definitely up there. Andre Green is a top 90 player from Richmond, Virginia. He's considering Florida State, Texas, UNC, Clemson. UNC and Clemson are actually probably his top 2 schools at this given moment. We'll see where he ends up, but there's just elite recruiting right now from Del Alexander. Landed Deion Colsey last cycle when everyone thought he was going to Florida or Georgia. Nope. Del Alexander comes right back and gets Colsey. Lorenzo Styles looked like an Ohio State lock early on. Del Alexander flips that and gets him to ND. Jaden Thomas was still a pretty heated recruitment with the Bulldogs from Georgia, his home state school. Del Alexander got him. Just automatic right now for Del. I honestly think he's one of the best position coaches, at least recruiting-wise. Developing-wise, we'll see. Hasn't really had a guy to develop yet. The wide receiver room is iffy. That's probably Notre Dame's worst room out of any this year. But Del Alexander, recruiting-wise, is doing just what we asked, and he's going to have guys like Lorenzo and Colsey this year to mold into what he wants as wide receivers. And so far, I've been hearing rave reviews about Lorenzo Styles at camp. Hopefully, they land Lorenzo Styles' little brother, Sonny Styles. Shout out to him. He was named a 5-star on Rivals earlier today. So big shout out to Sonny Styles, linebacker from Ohio. And yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Notre Dame with the huge commitment yesterday of landing CJ Williams. And that is it for me. Peace.